Prepare for battle.
Beak up.
Yeah, I got an almanac from a year in the future, used my time machine DeLorean, came back with the almanac, read it, saw this matchup. T1's gonna win.
I'll go with TnC. I think they have the tools. We'll explain why, but we can hop into the game, you know. Go with the TnC. That was quick.
Has all the results. You know, Madiak coming into game one, T1 against TnC, crucial series for both these teams. Granted, that could be set all these series, but as we're coming down to the wire halfway through the season, just to become more crucial, of course, depending on where you are on the table. So, you know, you're alluding to it with your pick for TnC. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of faith here in a Phantom Assassin.
They have a lot of burst damage against the Phantom Assassin pre-BKB. You have this Beastmaster, very annoying to play against one of the strongest laners right now. Just feels really, really good. Love his itemization on KP already. 3 branches, Magic Stick will eat 1 branch, and yeah, because Phantom Assassin will spam the dagger to be able to secure some of the last hits, and for the harassment, I see Crystal Maiden lane plus Phantom Assassin. I'm getting some flashbacks from the Virtus Pro squad, where I'm not gonna say they invented it, but they kind of perfected it, where Maiden, she starts with Crystal Nova, spams on 2 heroes, a dagger, you pretty much have 100 move speed, so Shaker will take care of that. You know that lane is much closer to the tier 1 tower. Beastmaster will get far more efficiently there. Matchup I'm looking forward to see is the mid matchup. Underlord, how he's gonna do against the Puck. Puck already gets the courier.
Yeah, good move there by Underlord. Were you expecting it to be Underlord Puck coming into that final pick, or were you thinking maybe they would keep it as an off-lane Underlord and maybe throw the DP mid, or is it just the matchups are better this way for T1?
Underlord on the off lane has a lot of bad matchups, like you have this Monkeys, you have Ursa, like Juggernaut +1 extra slow, just to be able to get on top of you. On the mid lane, he feels like a completely different hero, where like you don't get pressured as much, you get the levels. It's very hard to last hit into the Underlord. Like look at the Firestorm AoE, it pretty much covers the whole area.
Yeah. You don't have to really worry about anything else. You're just trying to get that Firestorm in, CS as best as you can. You can see just the feints back and forth between the two. You know, feinting that Firestorm at times and stopping those right clicks. Like it's a battle of getting the CS, and you know you've got 4 denies for the Underlord already, and 2 there for the Puck. They're really going head to head on it. If you watch that lane closely, it's been pretty fun to watch with the 2 of them.
You don't get pressured much as an Underlord. Every single time Firestorm is up, you're gonna pop it. CS, he has a great attack animation on top of that. Look at his damage.
Bottom. Fissure, oh, is it gonna be enough distance? Stifling dagger in the right click, 30 health. Just walking away, but that is pressure on the Beastmaster to push him out, and that keeps Jackie just really farming for the moment. Always nice, and you know, you were talking about it, the slows.
This type of lane, like you push the lane, you get level 2 faster than them. This is where the kill opportunity arises, and you're kind of free to take it. Phantom Assassin also starting with the Orb of Venom, so even more slow, building into that Orb of Corrosion, which I really like. Just gives you that minus armor, the slow. Good thing about the item is minus armor works on the tower. I think a lot of people are not aware of that. It's a reason why it's so picked up, so often.
We haven't really seen this Phantom Assassin at all between the 2 regions that we're covering in, you know, China and Southeast Asia. Is there a reason that this hero just lost its pick rate, or just has been ignored, or the matchup's really that bad?
Radiant structures
is Phantom Assassin still a good hero? Like, obviously it's picked here, they have confidence, but overall it's been pretty much ignored. No bans, no picks before.
Yeah, I think this is the first one we've seen so far in Southeast Asia and China.
Yeah.
Seen it a couple of times in other regions. Hero's still viable, got nerfed in the previous patch, but, you know, Phantom Assassins just gotta do Phantom Assassin things.
Are you fan of the
It's certain situations, yeah, but it's too much gold investment. Like to compare Shard to, let's say, like a Basher or BKB, whatever, like good item we're talking about. You still want to get the standard items.
Maybe we'll get to a point where we get to see Fan of Knives. I myself am a fan of Knives.
Big fan of Knives. It's a break mechanic, like break Beastmaster, break Earthshaker, Juggernaut's passive. Sure, maybe as a 6th, 7th item, possibly. I don't think you want to get it earlier.
One of those ultra late game situations. You go toward on that chart and got yourself some extra gold. Gabbi up towards top, trying to do what he can against Cuckoo and Zephyr, who have been putting the pressure on. Of course, the healing ward out. Zephyr thinking about going into the trees. Gabbi can only just watch from a distance. Finally moves up a little bit, but now look at the Stifling Dagger on the KP. He's on the run. Frostbite in. KP.
Another dagger. This should be the first blood.
And there it is for Whitemon.
First blood.
Now Crystal Maiden has Aura online. Like, this is the dream. Crystal Maiden's level 4, 5 minutes in, compared to like Earthshaker, who's level 2, about to be level 3. So, whole level
Radiant's
difference.
middle tower is
Carl
under attack.
decides to just TP out back to the mid lane. 2k gold lead for T1 already. Like, Juggernaut's getting pressure by the Dead Prophet.
Haste.
Underlord's doing extremely well in the mid lane. Like, you can't stop Underlord from farming. He's gonna drop that Firestorm. Even if he's pressured. Alright, bottom lane.
Jackie, Armel's here, but Armel's only level 5. Do they really expect to catch him? They do have haste, but the Frostbite and the Crystal Nova. Armel ends up dead. Jackie's still on the run. Continuing to chase his KP. Now Whitemon under the tower, into the trees.
They want TP. Someone needs to TP.
Somebody's got to come over. Jackie actually moves up forward. Is he...
I think he possibly killed himself. Blink Strike back to the range creep.
Maybe, yeah. Has some distance there. That is risky business. He still has to deal with the board coming out. Blink Strike on cooldown. Now needs to keep running 2 more seconds. Jackie, he came back and put himself in such a bad situation. Fissure hits Jackie.
Oh, dodges the axes. Like, Beastmaster got the axes just so that they can get a kill, something that we usually don't see because it's a lot of mana-consuming build. And now Crystal Maiden will use a salve on Phantom Assassin. Now they can start playing once again aggressively. The No Shaker has no mana. KP, TP, no mana.
Already in trouble. Use that mana, throwing those axes, and now he'll get the mana back, but that's because he's respawning in 20 seconds.
This bottom lane is, not gonna say a disaster, but it's a rough one. So much slow. Phantom Assassin just hit level 6. Also, what was that rotation from Armel? Like, he was 5, needed 2 or 3 CS of the shared experience to get the level 6. I guess that was the plan, you know, push the wave, kill the creep wave, so I'm 6, and then we're gonna get the kill. First coil.
Coil comes down. We've got 3 heroes up top. They even have the damage. Blade Fury, Icarus dive all onto them. Probably now starts to TP away. Just with a sliver of health.
Oh man, they're tipping Armel. Second rotation, did not get anything out of that.
And you could see these rotations are failing, and the net worths are growing for the Radiant side. Look at where the Underlord is compared to the pot. 1,000 gold ahead.
They're just gonna go on Tims on bottom if they catch a glimpse of him. The slow is insane. The Corrosion. Crystal Nova is level 3, plus a Stifling Dagger.
It's really tough so far for the side of TnC. He's just having a free game. He's going into the Battle Fury. It's here by himself, bottom, and anytime anybody comes over, they usually pay for it. Meanwhile, Pit of Malice down, Illusory Orb over, picks up a haste. That'll help Armel leave if need be. He'll be safe right now, but overall, still going the way of T1, up 3k. And this is Phantom Assassin who hasn't moved, who hasn't really had the feeling of needing to join fight. Just can farm. But that's exactly what you want in this situation.
This is what you want to have from your Phantom Assassin. Secure the laning stage, finds the possessed mask, so some extra damage, extra lifesteal. It's one of the best items you can farm on your carries most of the time, on top of Royal Jelly. Like, Morphling just loves this item. Thames should be in a lot of trouble, you know, if they decide to go on him. Crits are available, Fissure already used.
Stifling Dagger.
Maiden is level 6. What?
God!
It's not even 9 minutes.
Dream Coil used on the Crystal Maiden. They'll bring over the Beastmaster, who's not 6. No Primal Roar. Still staying inside the Dream Coil, but the right clicks come out.
They're gonna tip Armel again.
Survives for a second longer. The hell's gonna kill the KP. They will go over to Armel.
One hit. I expect
horribly
it.
from TnC.
Tipping game from T1 is really on point here. Man, Armel can't catch a break.
And now
every single time he makes a rotation, he's just dead after. This is a free tier 1 tower.
No way you try to defend this. You've got no Puck, you have no Beastmaster. T1 outplaying TnC right now. And Phantom Assassin top of the network. Almost has that battle already.
I mean, I wouldn't call that a whole battle fury, but yeah, it's
round up in the US. Chip Vest for the Dire, Ocean Heart for the Radiant.
Chip Vest. My biggest concern is it doesn't give armor. Like, it's a vest, it should give armor.
Sun Ray, everything used just to kill. Gets you a kill, and I think you're happy with that. But at the same time, now, what do you have to fight for the next few minutes?
Good question. Armel, once again, needs to be active. It's one of those games where your mid laner knows the side lanes are not going well, his lane is not going well, so there's a lot of pressure on him to try to do stuff. And sometimes when you're pressured like that, you make mistakes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Working with this lane, and now Stifling Dagger. Oh, the crits coming in. That's the RNG that we've been seeing, and well, Jackie just used to farm. He gets a kill, he stays in his lane.
Usually Phantom Assassin at this point would be in the jungle farming, because they're so far ahead and they have a good vision. Like, they can allow Phantom Assassin to be on the bottom lane and still farm the jungle and the lane at the same time.
2k ahead of the Jug. The Phantom Assassin's so far ahead of this. Doesn't even have battle. Jug's going into the Maelstrom. Almost one component into that. By the time he's got that Maelstrom, PA's got the battle here. Having a perfect game thus far, 4-0-2. See if TnC can bring this back. Opportunities come. Will they take advantage of it? They've KP pushing bottom. Necro Book as well as the Boars. Is that enough to get themselves a tower? They've also
Maiden is in a really good position to use their power. Yeah.
Field. Immediately the Primal Roar, but they've got the Pit of Malice down inside of the Jug as well as the Beast. Now Frostbite. To Gabbi, AP on the run, he's dead first. Already used the Blade Fury.
Dire's middle tower is under
Two
attack.
heroes there on the Dire side. Radiant, they don't need to pressure, they don't need to step too far. They've already got what they came for, and that's killing the Beastmaster as well as a defense from the tier 1 tower.
Keeping their towers alive is going to be crucial. You're playing into Juggernaut, Beastmaster, someone who wants to take your safe lane tier 1 tower, control the jungle, but with tier 1 tower still standing there.
Ooh, Echo. Fissure and the kill quickly on Akuku. A lot of these kills are coming out on the Death Prophet. All these ultis have been used on the DP so far.
Is under attack.
Not a big fan of this Falcon Blade on Death Prophet. What you want to have on the offlane DP is a bit more tanky build. It's a costly item. You know, Falcon Blade, it costs 1100. You still get something from it, but it's a lot of investment. You're not a mid laner. Even like mid lane DPs don't get the item. It's more of a build, I would say. I would love to see like a Glimmer Cape possibly on the offlane Death Prophet, or just straight up Hood.
And it doesn't feel like it gives you enough for a lock spot Nicely locked spot in. That's not building into anything else.
Yeah, so he switches to Hood instead of going to Yule Scepter, because if you go Witchblade and a Yule Scepter, it's a lot of like intelligence, but not enough survivability. You're smart, but you know, one slap and all intelligence is gone.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
Also, I would love to see 1 point in silence coming out from the Dead Prophet. That valuable silence could make a whole lot of difference.
It's a good silence at just level 1. The casual point could really... I don't think it's gonna... I mean, it'll make the fights easier. I don't think that's the difference in making or breaking the fight at the moment, with T1 being ahead by so much, but at the same time, it stops TnC, I think, from really having a chance.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Silence onto the puck. Exorcism used.
Dire's middle
To be honest, expected it to have it a bit early, like 3-1-3 build is fine. You're playing the off lane. You need that a bit of something else coming out from your off lane because you don't provide any stuns.
Trying to pick any of these. TnC are stuck.
And Zephyr, I love position 4 Pangos. You get so much value from that Blink Dagger. Just Orb of Corrosion feels great on the hero, on top of the Blink Dagger, which allows you to land some good roars. Usually you kind of struggle against the Puck, against the Beastmaster. But the Blink Dagger, yeah, allows you to be more maneuverable in the fights. You get the first jump.
You can really close to it. We see how much that disrupts when you go into the Rolling Thunder. Now need to only make him closer. He's farming this bottom lane himself for a long time already. Battle Fury finish for Jackie, going right into the Sange and Yasha. Is this the item you want to see after the Battle Fury's finished?
Okay, yeah, I don't mind. Like, against the Shaker, that extra status resistance, because they have a lot of stuns, a lot of silences. Sure, why not? Like, just be a bit more tanky. Also decided to get the HP talent on level 10. So, yeah, be able to survive through initial burst, because they have a lot of, like, spell damage.
Ooh, did they KP coming into the trees with that ward?
I didn't see.
Coming bottom. Run, they're navigating through. Swashbuckle, Rolling Thunder, Primal Roar, that stops him, but the Frostbite's in as well as the Freezing Field. Rolling Thunder will continue, and KP is dead. With that, Carl showed up, and
White One's having such a great game on this CM. Level 9, 16 minutes in, doing so much work, providing vision. His wards were on point, the D wards as well. Just securing the lane for Phantom Assassin means quite a lot.
Blink Dagger picked up for the Earth Shaker, so now they have an opportunity at Blink Echoes. We'll see if that ends up changing the complexion of this game. So far, it's all T1. They're continuing to take out these towers without losing much of their own. Tier 1 finally goes, but everything around the map
tower is under attack.
seems like it's that part in The Lion King. Anything that the sun touches is out.
Great quote, great movie. The first movie I actually watched in a cinema, so always gonna be very important to me.
Used to have all the Disney VHS.
You used to? What happened?
Well,
You sold them?
yeah, when we sold my house, we gave up all the VHS. My brother had the whole like Disney collection. And we had like Bambi, Hercules, Lion King, everything.
Just TP out? Is that easy? They have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity.
For all you kids at home with VHS,
Do not throw them. Do not throw the old stuff. Just if you have a basement, put it in a basement, because one day you might get a lot of value. Not just, you know, money value, but you would love to see things that you owned when you were a kid.
yeah, I had to get rid of a lot. If you
Radiant's
wanna
bottom tower
get
is
some
under
to do
attack.
that crypto thing, I know
Dire
BTC's
are
up to
scanning.
40k right now.
Radiant's bottom tower
I can't
has
afford
fallen.
that though. Doge
Radiant
is the new big
structures
thing.
are fortified.
Hot seller on the market. So, smoke up from TnC.
It seems like one of those, I think you should, don't, but you should, right? You know, invest. I didn't say don't follow my advice. It's a mad world we live in, but yeah, let's focus on the game. Philly dropped for T1.
Bit of Alice coming in, rolling thunder with Blink Dagger, Yule's up into the air, Fissure. Not going to keep him out. Freezing field drop by White Mom for that kill on Febby. Okay, lead still for T1.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Looking like they want to go for Roche. Get back in here.
Buyback from Febby. Double damage Underlord. Let's check his damage. 330, not too bad. 18 minutes in.
Not happy about it. Zephyr over on the high ground, and Fissure Totem. Team's in trouble. Stifling damage. Now the right clicks are in. They got the kill. The Omnifire bounces. White Mom unfortunately tanks that. They got the Dream Coil.
Dan still has Echo.
Jackie's dead too. Gabbi moving forward. They'll look over for Cuckoo and Carl. Zephyr over to the side. Has Swashbuckle ready to throw. If they want to chase and turn this around, they can keep the pressure on. Otherwise, they're giving up Roche for the fissure. Didn't block from getting on the high ground. Malice now Blade Fury again has that healing ward continuing to.
They need to get this Roche. Already used 2 buybacks. Healing ward running out. They're dropping low. 1 Firestorm should.
Rolling Thunder with the Blink Dagger. They need to be careful about going for
this. Could be a disaster.
Yeah, there's the Rolling Thunder. Echo Flame comes in. That's going to hit on the Cuckoo. They got the silence on the Carl. That keeps Underlord out from going for this. At the same time, Roche is low. Gabbi and Carmel are in. They'll take the Aegis. Gabbi gets that one, and that is massive for TnC. A long drawn-out fight that becomes victorious for TnC, with the prize being Roche.
Cuckoo had Hood of Defiance ready, didn't even pop it that fight. Very interesting. So yeah, Roche attempt. If that was level 2 Death Prophet LT, they would have been able to take it. Spirits go from 8 to 16, a bit of a difference. That could potentially, you know, mean, I'm going to say a game, but this is a big win for TnC. They used 2 buybacks. Juggernaut managed to pick up Aegis.
That really helps Gabbi just feel comfortable farming. Maybe they want to fight. Once Echo Slam is back off cooldown. As well as the Omni Slash. I mean, the Omni was used so early in that fight. Took out White Mom completely. Holding that Echo that entire time until the opportunity came to throw it and they get kill onto the Death Prophet. Pretty impressive by team to be so patient in a fight.
2 buybacks committed. You know, it's a lot of investment at this point, but yeah, they secured the Roche. Underlord has a full pipe, something that we don't see that often. Considering the cost change, it's a 1,500 gold of an investment just to get the recipe.
Fissure over on the back of Cuckoo. We got the Underlord nearby. TnC thinking about jumping in. Over from the side. Zephyr in trouble. Couldn't balance his team. They're not locking up anymore. Now he finds the jug. Egg Fury, Primal War, Supernova. That goes off. They get the kill on the Cuckoo. They're taking out Zephyr. 2 heroes gone. Zephyr buys back. Dark Rift away. No, he stops. White Mon invis. But now the Sunray Illusory over the waiting for it to get the kill on the 3. And they've got Zephyr thinking about going into the Rolling Thunder, having that Blink Dagger to disrupt the fight of TnC, but they are pretty healthy at the moment. KP gets caught by Jackie.
What is this?
The TnC
of some sort?
they will give up on this fight, but they already got 3, so they're happy with the exchange.
One thing I noticed is T1 stopped tipping Armel, which means Armel is playing really well. Didn't die so far, those 2 rotations. Kind of ended up with a death, though he managed to recover.
Yeah.
Boots of Travel, Veil, ton of magical damage already coming out from both Phoenix, Earthshaker as well. They have Echo Slam ready and Shaker getting closer to level 12. So I still feel they can try and go for a fight.
Yeah,
Aegis is available. He's going for that shard. Probably the best shard in the game right now. Just feels like you're getting so much from it. -2 seconds on the Fissure. You can walk on the Fissure. And you can stun people. Sometimes I've seen players using Echo Slam just to stun on the Fissure without getting the Echo damage.
We saw that a lot yesterday. We were covering the China in the 1 series. So a lot of Echoes off of players and just on the Fissure.
This SNY sounded like a great idea for T1, but without having a BKB, Phantom Assassin still needs to be very careful about joining fights or overextending, because yeah, that's gonna hurt. Still very vulnerable to any kind of magic damage burst, and they have done.
Just waiting in the trees. Gabbi pushing forward. He's got Firestorm and Pit him out to try and deter this push coming in from TnC. Who's here as well. Healing word though, that is, well, keeping Gabbi healthy enough and keeping TnC's hopes of taking this tier 2 alive.
Radiant are scanning.
Looking to see, because TnC, they've got this Aegis, and you can see or sense by the way that they're posturing, they want to fight.
Radiant structures.
They do. Aegis will be gone in 50. This Juggernaut is massive. I love the build on it. Manta style to be able to get rid of the silences, possibly disarm, a lot of slows, and then Maelstrom just feels very good. You know, it's either Battle Fury or Maelstrom. Maelstrom is like a cheaper Battle Fury. It also pierces through evasion against the Phantom Assassin, which I like.
Quicksilver.
Invisibility!
You want that tier, that neutral?
When it first came out, I felt like, I don't want to buy that, I don't want to carry that.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm a 3, 4, 5 player and didn't get much value out of the item, but it's a real good carry item. Let's say on the Wraith King, his skellies are always on cooldown, so he gets the move speed and the attack speed. A lot of value for certain heroes.
Is under attack.
Jug just about completing this MKB, going Maelstrom, Manta, MKB. I like this build.
Okay-ish. Not a big fan on the 4-staff on the mid laners, because what you want to have from your mid lane is pretty much scaling. But in this particular scenario, I think it could work. You know, like Yule Scepter could have been a better idea. Get rid of the roots, get rid of the silences. 4-staff doesn't give you that.
He's also building into the Ag.
Ags is fine. Like you want to have Ags.
Dire's
Great setup for Echo, Juggernaut, Omni Slash. I see Aghanim Scepter queued up on Jug, which means that they're gonna be like Omni Slash as well. We can call it a Quickie, Omni Slash.
Swifter.
Sure.
Malice is down. That's already broken. Not exactly what they want in that situation. They're trying to get a BKB on the Death Prophet. They already have one with Phantom Assassin. Thunder thinking about going after Armel. Silent to 100 move speed. Has nothing doing right now. Blade Fury right on top of the Death Prophet. And Gomer Beastcore drop right on top of the Underwood as well as the Death Prophet. Is in a great spot. The fight is leading away from that. Going with the Echo Slam, looking for the Dark Rim. Do they have the time? Yes, they do. But Cuckoo and Zephyr are already dead.
You will be
They got the Phantom Assassin out, and that's the big point there.
We've seen that today already, where one team has like 6k gold lead, and the enemy team is in full control of the game. They are the ones who are dictating the tempo, deciding where the team fights are gonna be. So this is the same thing that's happening here. Like TnC, they were 5k gold down, and now they are the ones putting the pressure on the map and making aggressive moves. Next Roche may respawn in 50 seconds. I see a courier inside. It's Cuckoo's courier. So they want to be able to see when it respawns. TnC has a very, very good Roche taking lineup.
Really tough, and it all turned around off that first Roche. I think that was really the turning point where TnC felt like, you know, now they've got this Aegis, they turn the game.
Most of the teams, I think, would not invest there, but TnC, a lot of experience on that team. They're like, yeah, we're going in. You know, we'll fight around it, reset after a couple of spells were used, and then make a fight, 2 buybacks committed. A lot of investment, but it paid off.
They got out in the positive. The investment, accrued interest, and, well, now they lead the game by just a little bit of net worth. Jug is about to pass Jackie on the net worth. I mean, this is pretty unbelievable how well they've done to just pull this game back. Primal Roar. comes in, and they found Whitemon. Freezing field, trying to survive.
The armor.
The armor, and now look at him out. It's Whitemon.
He actually gets him. Like, this is so insane.
1v1. Oh, and
One versus one was the start, but then the other players came in and kicked him while he was down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Basically, call an ambulance, but not. Fissure, silence, totem, lockdown on a cuckoo,
Dire's
but
top tower is
not
under
committed.
attack.
Thinking about
Dire's structures are
it.
fortified.
What used by the Dire side is going to pressure the top tier 2. They also dropped a ward on the high ground of the Radiant base. I'm not sure if anybody caught that on T1, but there is that vision. Zephyr ends up dead to Armel.
He has that charge and roll up. You know, being magic immune, coil with the Ags is 8 seconds, so kind of tough to live. Also, there was a double damage in pot, so something that also helps out quite a lot. Phantom Assassin did not go for Desolator this game. Like, you get kind of a budget Deso from more with Corrosion. She has level 20 challenge, -3 armor, was holding
Radiant's courier has been
the
killed.
minus armor neutral item as well. Orb of Destruction. But now she just wants more status resistance.
Radiant are
I'm a big
scanning.
fan here against the silences, against the Earthshaker combo. If he gets a good jump, like with Echo, you still have enough time to actually pop a BKB, because status resistance should be around like 40%. Checks. Wait, what does it
Radiant's
say?
bottom tower is under attack.
12%. It's not 12. Well, interesting.
The numbers not quite lining up.
Like SNY gives extra 25. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just bugged. Still in beta.
Fissure out, totem as well. Right on the Carl, who is bottom. The team though, there's both in top. If they can get a pick off, Roche could be theirs. We'll see. Basher finished on the Phantom Assassin, and they're looking to get that Abyssal to be potentially a game-changing item for the Phantom Assassin to get to it. But it looks like TnC, they're grouping up, ready to smoke. Moving forward, TnC. They're gonna get looks like
Has buyback available and the Dark Rift is hit.
Supernova, but the egg right next to the Phantom Assassin keeps me taking a lot of damage. Gabbi, the egg is going to go off. Now the opposite comes back. That's the Gabbi as well. Cuckoo to get the triple kill. They'll take out both. And again, a fight through the road. Echo as well. Echo slam.
Good force stab.
Oh, is it enough? Gabbi low on health, but has that healing ward. It gets killed. Now Carl. 4 healers around him. 1 monster back to the house.
Another buyback.
He's going to help Cuckoo. He buys back. Fissures walking across it, gets to the low ground, and again, focusing the attention on a Whitemon. Roshan gets the kill. He'll take that one. Cuckoo comes in. Whitemon buys back. They've got the silence onto the Earthshaker. They look over as the Pit Mouse locks him up. Down goes Tim's.
That's 3 buybacks. But who's gonna pick it up? There's no DP
Dire's
ulti.
courier has been killed.
I'm not sure
for
if
45 seconds.
Yeah, if these buybacks are valuable for T1. Yeah, they stop the Roche. If they can somehow manage to survive, get the Phantom Assassin online so she can pick up the Aegis, then it's worth it. If she doesn't get it, it's really not. But Gabbi has another healing ward ready, so I expect them to go inside the pit again.
Hawk, Courier, all spotted. 20 seconds. So the Phantom Assassin is there. They've got the silence as well as the Crit Storm. Still working with that healing ward, getting up just about to roll out. Spirit Sight, wave through, forcing away. Throws out on the 2. Rolling Thunder coming in. Now, moving over, back at Gabbi. Keeping out of the fight. The Dream Coil's not going to get them the kills on a Whitemon as well as Cuckoo. Spirit Sight and Armel. The Sword Crest. And now the Spruce Blast bounces around. Don't have Armor Touch available. They'll get the kill on a Whitemon. They'll take out Cuckoo. Now two heroes without buyback. This is really falling apart for the side of T1. They do the Phantom Assassin back into it. They look over at the Breaker's coming in, but he's surviving. Firestorm down right on top of him. Stifling dagger that's thrown up at Gabbi. Strike in, gets the kill. Archer's down. Jackie, can you survive? They're trying to leave. They're thinking about going, and they do ditch.
They bail, so let's see the healing ward
Radiant's bottom
available
tower
in
is
3
under
seconds.
attack.
Once again, you're gonna get the talent instead of went for the attack speed, but just keeping the healing ward outside a bit.
Angelier.
He needs to go. Like, you suicide for this.
Oh, he's going for it. Roll up, trying to survive, bouncing around, buying some time. Swashbuckle, swift slash, kill on a set for White Hunt's so is Roche. Aegis is picked up by Gabbi.
Decision making by TnC around the Roche pit is just much better than T1.
Yeah.
Like the understanding when they need to reset, get out, get back in, even after using a couple of buybacks. Things was a bit hesitating with his buyback. Finally decides to use it. They secure a couple of kills. Phantom Assassin,
some sort?
after having so much free time, like you don't really feel she's delivering.
No, and you're getting kills around the fight on like KP and sometimes on Tims, but it's not those heroes that are crucial to getting what you're there for, and that's Roche.
Now, Gabbi holding on to Aegis also has Blade Fury Shard upgrade, which is insanely good. Movement speed
Radiant's
and
middle tower
you
is
attack
under attack.
once per second. Dealing less damage, but still okay. Your procs work. Double damage bottled up. You need to be careful about the Swift Slash with the DD. I see Phantom Assassin trying to get Aghanim Scepter, lower the cooldown on the Blur, which is going to help out against the Swift Slash, against the Omni Slash. It's a 10-second ability, and Juggernaut might struggle against that, but White Monster's pretty dead at the bottom.
Yeah, Waning Rift, Illusory Orb, eventually dead, now gone for 47 seconds. Turn their attention towards bottom. All of a sudden they have an 11k lead. No buybacks for anybody on T1. So if they were to lose a fight at this point, it looks like they'll just end up calling the game. The question is though, these fights can flourish.
Wow, the damage from the Force Staff again.
Great vision from Tim. Knocked up. Now they're going through. Omni Slash bouncing around, going over to this Death Prophet. Tepper trying to survive. He's gone for 65. The super note goes off. 2 heroes all to the side of T1. A live drop there by TnC, but they're still willing to go. They've got the Aegis on jump.
Great coordination by TnC. Armel makes space for Cheese. Buck puts it in his inventory instantly, uses it, replenishes mana and the HP. Quick Slash still ready with the double damage going on. They need to be careful. Like, it's a ton of damage. They need the spell.
Alright, now starting to leave. Tier 2 still standing. Not awful, if you think about it, but still on the cusp of just blowing up
Keeping
in their
that
face.
PMA mentality.
You
Have
try.
have to find something positive. You know, it's a 10k gold lead. They still have Aegis.
This should make my life
Man,
easier.
Armel, after struggling in the early stages, managed to recover so well. He's almost farmed as Phantom Assassin right now. Didn't die for, I believe, it's like
Quickly as I go.
25 minutes.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Painting the fissure a few times. Now the totem continuing to lock up this Underlord. And let's... Can they go for this? They take the tier 3 and you can tell TnC again. Every time they've had this Aegis, obviously it's just twice. Every time they've had it though, they've been wanting to make moves and stay postured forward, play the other side of the map.
I want to see them making an aggressive move. There's still a minute and 30 seconds left on that Aegis. Healing ward up again.
Web work for TnC.
Now give that to Jug
passed over to the
straight
Jug.
away.
With the passive
A very
too.
good item. So Orb of
Radiant
Destruction, still keeping that in his backpack, you know, in case, let's say you're going for the throne rush, you want to have that, but yeah, just the spin, get some damage on the melee barracks, wait for it to be available again. 50 seconds until Aegis is reclaimed.
Blade Fury though, Gabbi taking a lot of damage. He just popped away from his team. for 65, no buyback. I'm not sure the timing on it. I kind of lost track because I think the fissure was melting as he used the echo trying to keep those heroes locked up.
Might have been hit by something. I was just watching Gabbi if he's going to be able to get out. So now he is in once again. Omni Slash. Oh, Mini Slash is ready. That's just straight up dead. I mean, White one. What did you think is going to happen?
That extra armor is only in your ult, sir. And that is 40 seconds without the Crystal Maiden, but TnC, they back off. Right now, T1 live another day. At least for now. These are definitely going
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Gabbi dropping so low.
Gabbi on the run, Zephyr swashbuckle, the healing ward to the Manta. Now the Swift Slash takes out Zephyr. Jackie looking for a way to just kill off Gabbi, but he just doesn't have the opportunity. Carl goes down to Armel.
Jug survives it all.
I think he actually dodged the swashbuckle there. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it didn't hit, but also healing ward. Perfect timing, you know, get them a bit of a extra HP. They have so much sustain, like healing ward, Phoenix, Sunray, keep him alive. Phoenix also finished the E on this, so he's pretty safe against any kind of a jump. E on disc is fine, but you know, if you're in a range of dagger from Phantom Assassin, it just might
Radiant's top
proc
tower is under attack.
E on disc with one spell, which is something that you do not want to see. So Phantom Assassin queues up Divine Rapier. I love that. You're in a situation where, you know, it's not going well for you. You need to try to think how to come back into the game. At TnC right now, I don't think they need to force too much. They should check if there's buyback available on the Underlord, which is not. 600 gold away from it. Man, the Gabbi Juggernaut is insane with that leveler.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Got Omni Slash available. Goes to Split Slash. They go to Split Slash to start looking at the Clinton Kuchu. There's the Rolling Thunder. Sunray right on top of the Jug, keeping him alive with sustain. You talked about it, and it's really helping keep this Jug healthy. There's the Cycling Dagger.
Comes down to the attempt to get the kill on the Gabbi. They take out of the Jug with the BKB pop here by with Phantom Assassin.
They got themselves one. Go to the freezing field, but Armel, Stifling Dagger, phase shifted, and, well, they lose Jug. He doesn't have buyback.
This is why I said they need to just poke, see what's going to happen, because Juggernaut still dies. There's a ton of minus armor coming out from Phantom Assassin talent, Orb of Corrosion, Pangolier, Orb of Destruction. That's like AoE minus armor combined with the Swashbuckle. Let's see when the Roche is going to spawn. If it's a long spawn, it benefits TnC much more.
If it's a quick one, T1 might have an opportunity to set up at the pit.
Timeless Relic for Earthshaker or Timeless Relic for Puck. I think you give it to Puck if you don't find a better item. So, you know, that Dream Coil is going to last for ages. Silences. Also, Lincoln Sphere finished on Armel. Armel just having a perfect game after a bad start.
Yeah, and that is Pentage Sword for the Phantom Assassin, a long Roche. That is not going to be available for T1 to take if it had come up quickly, and TnC are down the Jug. They're down the Jug for another 23 seconds. 2,400 gold for the Phantom Assassin with the Divine Rapier, trying to make something happen to get gold from nothing, trying to become an alchemist in a way. Trying to make gold from nothing. You need equivalent exchange. See, maybe Divine Rapier.
Yeah, you sell Orb of Corrosion, you buy that Sacred Relic, and just be ready for the next fight. They don't know when the Roche is gonna spawn. They're not as smart as us, and all the guys observing from the in-game. We have the technology, they don't.
$1 billion man. We have the technology. We can rebuild him. TnC rebuilding after a deficit and working on putting it all together. Put a staple on this game, and they're up 15k. You're 1,000 gold away from the Divine Rapier for Jackie, trying to farm top while TnC are wrapping from behind.
Nice wraparound.
Carl, spider legs, now silenced. He spotted them.
Surprised they didn't go for a coil there. Underlord is the one who can bail them out with the Juggernaut. I still feel they have enough damage to take down one hero.
Could sell the Orb of Corrosion, get closer to the Divine Rapier.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
Find
under
out, maybe
attack.
try to fight right there. High risk, but you need to be high risk at this point. Now pushing in over mid is Gabbi. Uber is home. Not
Dire's
everybody
courier
came with it.
has been killed.
Whitemon
Dire
takes the
are
outpost. Blink.
Oh,
In the
Jackie
Doom
might
Coil.
get caught. He should be very careful. The Divine Rapier is done. Just TP's back to base. Like, this
There you go.
one could have
Ooh, Whitemon.
backfired so easily.
He survives that. Can't believe it.
If he dies there, that's just, you know, game throwing. The game ends. You lose a Rapier. You don't have a buyback without BA. There's not enough damage. Roche will respawn in 2 seconds. There's a courier from Crystal Maiden. Not healthy, but doing the job, scouting things out. The battle of the
Radiant's
couriers
courier
inside the
has been
pit.
killed.
Now they know where Tim's is. And silence. I think stop being that
Radiant's
stifling.
courier has been killed.
They need to be very careful. Again, they're fighting into everything. They're a little below the cutter with the blink. The blink, you're already starting. He gets the on the off.
They're not gonna have a jump for 99 seconds. KP over to the side. He needs to leave. Somehow T1, they get Gabbi, and well, without a jug, this is feeling like, well, TnC have to concede a Roche.
It's not somehow, it's Divine Rapier combined with Coup de Grace. There's no buybacks on 2 cores, so, I mean, there's buyback available on Puck, but Jug doesn't have it, so I don't think you commit here. So that's Cheese, Aegis, and Refresher.
Obviously, they can see them doing it. They've got those Breakers courier in. Evacuate from the pit for a second. 60 seconds without the jug. They need to get this done. This is a big moment for T1 to try and get back into this game. And TnC are not even coming over. They're not going to risk any lives. They're
Roshan
letting
has
T1 have it. That's Refresher. That's
Dire's
Aegis.
turret has
All
been killed.
with the cheese ready to go for T1. Now you have a Divine Rapier, and it's not as scary to hold with an Aegis as well.
Yeah, they only lost melee barracks on the bottom. Well, let's see those crits. 2.6k. Not too bad, not too bad.
Could be more. I've seen better.
I've seen around 6,000, I believe, in one of the secret games.
Venom Assassin back to the Ags potentially.
Yeah, that
Away from
Axe
that.
with the Divine Rapier, refreshing cooldown on a Phantom Strike. That's brutal.
And we'll see what Phantom Assassin can get done in terms of getting to that Ags. Do you go Ags and replace something, or are you going to buy out an Ags Blessing? I don't think you really have the space for it.
If you can farm the gold, sure. If you can't, I still would prefer holding the Aghanim Scepter and removing the power threads, because you get a kill, your ability to refresh. With the Phantom Strike cast range, you are able to maneuver in and out of the fights anyway, so you're not that boots dependent as a hero.
Well, deforestation from Zephyr with the Rolling Thunder, trying to spot someone by 3 components of the Ags, and we'll have that sent
I would
down.
love to see Vlad's being built just to have that lifesteal for Phantom Assassin. It's kind of a lot considering
Dire's
how much
bottom
damage she
tower is
deals.
under attack.
So either a Pangolier or if Crystal Maiden can somehow manage to actually farm it. Tinkerward plays. I don't think TnC wants to defend this tier 2 tower bottom anyway.
So,
Dire's bottom
yeah, bought the
tower
recipe
has
on the
fallen.
Ags Blessing. Now needs 1,000 more gold. They're going to TP back. TnC
Dire's
playing
bottom
top.
tower is under attack.
Phoenix also going for 3 components still needed on that. Okay. You do you. And K lead for TnC.
That doesn't matter. At this point,
net worth is
it's very irrelevant at this point because Phantom Assassin, one crit, 1 hit,
feel it.
1 hero dead pretty much. 1 Eon Disc done. On the Phoenix, Is there anyone else going for the Eon disc? No, not at this point.
It's like, whose line is it anyway? Where the points don't matter, except here, it's where the net worth don't matter. Scenes from a hat. Things you can do with the Divine Rapier. It's one shot. A lot of these here.
Aghanims upgraded on Phantom Assassin. Instant cast time on a blur, plus ability to refresh
Radiant's
your
top tower
abilities
is under attack.
after you get a kill.
Just for Cuckoo, who's been struggling in a lot of these fights. He's been the first casualty in a lot of them. You can see Phoenix really wants to get that Ag. They have not really been able to pop yet.
Yeah, Ags have been really nicely placed.
Jump missile, but with the Lotus, that bounces back to Gabbi, scaring TnC enough where they need to leave.
T1 needs to make stuff happen. They still have a minute and 30 seconds. This is where they feel comfortable fighting into enemy team with the Divine Rapier and that Aegis still in the hands.
Wind Waker being built for the Underlord.
I love that item. Like, this item is very expensive, but we've seen yesterday in Chinese regions, like Wind Waker being built. We've seen Shard on Battriders, saving and pretty much turning the game around. For those who don't know, Shard on Batrider allows you to target allies, 20-second cooldown, and also gives 80% damage reduction on the allies that you use it on.
And the least part of that one.
Yeah, like I saved it for the last part.
No damage, you say? Sure. TnC setting up here nearby. Rolling Thunder, that started as well as the Exorcism. They're going to want to fight into this, but they're kind of far behind. Need to close the gap. Sure used by Gabbi. Dream Coil is out. That's going to stop this Pangolier in his tracks. They use Exorcism, they use Rolling Thunder, and they don't get anything yet. Hand just pops. And now the Abyssal Blade to follow it up. The Lotus Field of Silence is there. And they'll get the kill on to Febby, taking out this Phoenix, making sure that they can slow down that Ags on the Bird.
Radiant's
and
bottom barracks
they've
are
also
under
got no
attack.
Phoenix for 120 seconds.
Aegis is reclaimed, so Phantom Assassin holding on to a cheese right now. Where's that refresher? They had a refresher as well. Okay, Pango's still holding it. They can give that to Dead Prophet possibly, have another Exorcism.
Is under attack.
We were just observing this one super creep that has killed Arax and is now going for a
Dire's
shrine
middle
that used to
tower
be.
has fallen.
Oh, he's going ham.
Let's go. I think he's got it. Predictions in the chat. Yes, no. 1 for yes, 2 for no.
How many kits does he need? He needs like 20 kits.
How many hits does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? I think it's going to be about 6 more. 2, 3, 4.
He got it.
All right, he's got it. We'll get another one. All right, the tower's there. Enough of this.
Surprised they did not use Underlord ulti to gank that creep. He caused a lot of trouble.
He took 2 buildings. Just letting a super melee creep.
How lazy
do
is
like
that? You name a building, just a building in Dota?
Yeah. Just build it.
Pretty sure we could think of something better, right? Like in Warcraft 3, it was called what? Ziggurat
Okay.
from the Undying, Moonwell for the Sentinel.
Could also
known as
Starcraft
Radiant.
route. Pylons.
Sure, whatever. That's copyrighted, but you know, we can think of something else.
Bleep that out. We're on delay. Hopefully. So, we're getting to the point where it always feels like, yeah, it's 10 minutes in between 50 and 60, but you start thinking tier 5s. Games kind of slow down in between these points.
You love
especially when
those
they're- I love
tier
them.
5 items.
Oh,
Like
so
every
come
single
on.
time the game is around 15
Yeah,
minutes, you're
I'll
like,
always mention
oh
that.
yeah, tier 5 items coming out soon. That's 10 minutes of Dota still to be played.
We always get there.
Another Divine Rapier queued up on PA. Love that. Crystal Maiden, Blink Dagger. Someone, please buy Vlad's. Old man Vladimir would really appreciate that.
Isn't his castle nearby? Vlad's
That's
castle?
Vlad Tepes. I'm not sure if whose full name is Vladimir. Bran Castle, Vlad Tepes, yeah.
Armel in silence onto the Pangolier. Now up in the air, they've got the fissure that hits onto the Crystal Maiden as well. well as the Death Prophet. They get the kill on Armel very quickly. The damage coming out from Jackie. On the Gabbi, pops the Manta now. So with the Blade Fury trying to get away with the Exorcism, pop by the Death Prophet. They'll go after both Febby as well as Gabbi. Febby trying to TP away into
Good Fissure.
And oh, they got him. They'll stop the TP. The Fissure not enough. Pin of Alice is there, and down goes down goes Febby to Jackie, who's on a killing spree. He was in those trees. I thought he was away.
Thought he was gonna get out. Well played. Man, this Divine Rapier games, Phantom Assassin has enough money to buy another one.
Do you get it?
Sure, why not?
Hold it, or do you get it?
You can
Farm
put it in the
buyback
backpack,
Yeah.
you know, just lock it. Possibly swap the power threads with just a Sacred Relic and unlock it in a fight after you get like 1 kill possibly.
Yeah.
But if you get the Aegis, unleash the Kraken. Full power, all in.
Unleash the crack. Could be what we see from Jackie next. And this is now a net worth lead for T1. TnC, they certainly had their opportunities, and we saw Armel, who dies in that fight. He died in like 2 shots.
Each blow.
Yeah,
sharpens my
Gabbi
blade.
also, like he's sitting at 24 armor. Like his armor's not that high, to be honest.
No death.
Because he does not have any like edgy items.
Right.
There's no butterfly. Going into Swift Blink, which is okay. Has Nullifier to proc those Eon discs, possibly Ghost Scepters, Glimmer Capes. Like Nullifier is just a great item. Also, it's gonna be very good against the Wind Waker if he can get that on the target. And Wind Waker, big fan. This item has a lot of value. You can use it on your allies. You can't move your allies as you can move yourself, but still just casting a Cyclone, sometimes those 2.5 seconds could make a lot of difference.
We've seen it make a lot of difference in situations like this. Game specifically. That was Wind Waker Party. Now again, T1 coming through mid, Fissure hits on the Cuckoo. Illusory Orb jaunts to it. Mini rip from phase shift into a blink out. Armel thinking about it. He had the team nearby. Scouts a little bit. Roche in a couple seconds. That's going to be Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, Ag Blessing, the whole kit and caboodle. Ready to go for whoever.
Bit of Malice lasts for so long after Underlord hits level 25, the talent. It's just extra 0.65 seconds. Roche going down very quickly. Good Fissure actually walking them off.
And now the Totem, Cuckoo's gone. Aegis into the hands of Jackie. They'll buy back on the Death Prophet. They look over at Whitebot, who's really low, trying to get out of the fight, trying to survive, maneuver his way. But there are the axes. They'll get the cone of the Crucifix. They'll buy back on Cuckoo. They haven't lost anything just yet inside the TnC, but Armel on the run. One more shot with Spirit Siphon. Cuckoo
Jackie's
gets the
not
kill on
attacking
Armel.
anything. Like,
now
Jackie's
Carl.
a slug. He's slower than the Underlord. Doesn't have boots at the moment. Like, just jump. Like, he sees. Like, he popped the BKB inside the pit. I think he should have swapped, like, either S and Y or Power Treads in, just to have a bit
Dire's
more
courier has been
move
killed.
speed. Good Fissure. I want to see that fight again, because I'm pretty sure he should be able to have any kind of vision to jump on something, anything.
Yeah, just never really jumps here. Pit of Malice locks up Armel. He silenced Fissures. Echo Slam.
He
Silence.
Echo Slammed. Okay, so that's why I was like, yeah, he had time to actually use it, but Echo Slam, great Fissure from Tims.
And on top of that, Underlord, he gets the Ags. Blessing, picks that up. 7,000 gold here, and this top using that Exorcism,
Dire's
trying to push
middle
in
tower
9k
is under
lead for
attack.
T1. TnC, they've got Armel with buyback ready. The question is he going to end up using it or hold it? Do they just concede at least a 2 or 3, maybe a set of racks, wait for the Exorcism to end? They've got the Fissure, the Totem, that's
Oh, my finest creation, says Ice Frog.
Dire's middle tower
You don't even have to stand on the Fissure. Like, that's the most beautiful part. Like, you can just stand wherever they get near the Fissure. On the green 4, Timeless Relic, pretty much.
always fail.
And he is open 5.
Lotus Orb and 2 right clicks
Radiant's
Jackie to blow up Bambi. He's got buyback too. Fissure comes in at his side of the Phantom Assassin as well as the Underlord. They're taking him out, and now, but still holding on to the puck buyback. You don't have Dream Core to work with. You don't have this puck. They only have 3 heroes here. Lockdown though, everybody was up. Could have led to something more.
They have to be careful about Earthshaker. Has that Timeless Relic, so 25% debuff duration, longer stuns, and he hit level 25, so minus 1.5 seconds on Enchant Totem, which brings it down to 2.6.
KP, he's out as Jackie spots him. They're dark drifting in, and that's why they get a
kill onto the Beastmaster. Down again, has buyback. Everybody but the Jugs got it.
You can actually use Fissure, Totem, Echo Slam, Totem, Fissure into Totem again. So you can lock them down for a very, very long time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Cuckoo.
13,000 gold on Phantom Assassin.
That is also the Fissure that's going to land onto that Prophet or build the Phantom Assassin. Wind Waker, you can see that Cyclone bringing him back. Primal War is used. As well as the Omni's left bouncing around. It's only hitting out of the Underlord. Now goes back over the Cuckoo. They get kill out of this Death Prophet. Blade Fury right on top of Jackie with BBB popping. Trying to get the dash down with the Cuckoo.
He's stunning the whole team.
They got the stun on the entire Cyclone. Or the Death Prophet. They get the Underlord Cuckoo and sneak off the side of T1. Jackie trying to find a way through. Starts for again. Jackie trying to drive. Now he's done. So get popped. Go to Sylvain. As well.
Another Fissure.
Cyclone's up in the air. They get the Cone of Death. They'll take out Jackie. He's gone. Drops the Divine Rapier. That gets picked up. Carwell back in turn for Janine.
Oh, you're not getting anywhere.
And he is stunned up, killed off. See you later, and gone you are. As you bought
All right,
back into
I'm
this,
calling it right now. Earthshaker Shard upgrade is the most broken thing in Dota right now. Man, the amount of work that Tim's did with that Timeless Relic, level 25 talent, he's just stunning the whole team on the Fissure. Like, it's actually insane.
Totem, Omni bounces back over to the Underlord somehow from
Another
such a
Fissure is
distance.
available.
No buyback. 3 heroes. Can they defend long enough? A couple of crits off some Stifling Daggers need to be made. Down, no Underlord for 90, no Death Prophet for 50. Yeah, we're at the 60-minute mark, but I don't know if this is going to matter. Finally, a Deso. So divine.
He's going all in.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah. Rolling Thunder. Ooh, Armel trying to come in. Roll up. Now the right click's coming through.
He almost one-shot Tims.
And now looking to get the rest. They've got the Here comes the Tims show. They've got the Totem. They've got the Echo. They have the Fissures. They've got the damage. And they get the kill. And the Jackie will take him out. And he'll drop another Divine Rapier into the hands of TnC. Just like that. It looks like T1 had it. But off the back of Tims and the very fair and balanced Shard of Earthshaker.
Yeah, you also have a True Strike on the Enchant Totem, don't forget, so you